Alright, so first new video in a while, and of course it's going to be Disney based, and of course it's going to be Disney Princess based because of the Disney Princess cameos in the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer. Now, the Disney Princess franchise has been a pinnacle point of the Disney company since the early 2000s when the franchise itself was formed, but a Disney princess has been very pivotal to Disney since, obviously, Snow White. So in this video, we're going to discuss the franchise and the crossover and everything that really encompasses a Disney princess. This is not a countdown. It's just more so a elaborate discussion about the Disney princess franchise and how some members have been excluded because there are Disney princesses who are not part of the Disney princess franchise, and then also what I think about the future of the Disney princess franchise. So we have a good chunk of things to discuss. So Roy E. Disney, the nephew of Walt Disney, was opposed to the Disney Princess franchise because he didn't want to ruin the mythologies of their individual movies. And that's why the princesses never look at each other. You can see that from the promotional art that I have on the side, that the princesses in their original conception were not supposed to look at each other. They were really just modeling and essentially being connected, but having no idea that the other ones exist. The obvious exception to that is Elsa and Anna. But apparently Disney has decided to recon that and bring them together in Wreck-It Ralph and have them acknowledge each other's existence. Now, I have been a huge fan of crossing the Disney princesses characters because I'm a fan of the princesses together. I think they would make fantastic friends. And we're going to see a photo album image that I made of a majority of them. More so my favorites, crossing over together. I mean, how can you not think of them as friends? There's so many Disney princesses. And I mean, they have so much in common, it makes no sense for them not to be together. So let me quickly just pull up the photo that I have. Like, Ariel and Belle. It makes sense for Ariel and Belle to be good friends. Also, they came out in the same time, and that's also why I always feel Ariel and Jasmine get along really well. Like, Ariel, Jasmine, and Belle would be like the Renaissance three, and then you would have Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella, who would be the Golden Age three, and then you would have Moana, Merida, Elsa, Rapunzel. Tiana would be included in that as well. Who are the classic, the Renaissance version 2 phase, and then you would have Mulan and Pocahontas, and who would kind of fit into the New Age princess. And there's just so many of them that it makes no sense for them not to be connected. Now, there are other characters who are princesses, like Princess Kida and Princess Elanwe, who were from the Black Cauldron and Atlantis: The Lost Empire, and they are Disney princesses, but they are not part of the franchise. And now, technically, Elsa and Anna haven't been added to the Disney Princess franchise because of the success of Frozen. But Disney, I guess, is connecting them because they were in the dressing room in Wreck-It Ralph. Now, I love the fact that Elsa and Anna are part of the franchise and the fact that Elsa and Anna are aware of the other princesses' existence and that they just don't exist in a Frozen bubble. But, I'm a fan of the movie Atlantis. I think it'd be fantastic if there was Kida in this. Or I'm also just a fan of Disney heroines. My favorite Disney heroine that's not a princess is Meg from Hercules. Like, why wouldn't Meg be in this? Now, again, the princess franchise and what makes a princess is kind of really up to Disney. And it's technically Emma Swan could be a Disney princess, but she's not from a Disney canon film. There was also the thing that a Disney princess doesn't have to... even the Disney canon film argument is broken because Merida's from Pixar. That's a Pixar canon film, not a Disney canon film. Or also Merida doesn't sing in her film. So that was two classic tropes of a Disney princess being a canon film and to sing. So it made sense, for Kida, she was a canon film, but she didn't sing. Same with The Long Way. But then you throw Merida, and then you're like, and then you have Mulan, who's not a princess at all by marriage or by birth, and then you wonder, well, why isn't Jane from Tarzan in there, because Jane would be, the queen of the jungle, or Meg from Hercules because she would be the wife of the king of, the prince of the gods. So again, there's so many reasons so many questions, not so much reasons. I bet the reasons are just kind of like, we chose these ones because they made more money. And I'm really guessing money is the reason why princesses are included and princesses are not. Now, Moana did not make $1 billion, but Moana's in there because Moana's successful. She's a princess in her own right. Pocahontas and Mulan are in there. They're also relatively successful films, but if you compare them to the prices or the budgets and the gross of Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin, they weren't as successful. But again, we have so many princesses, so many characters, so it's quite possible to even have this expanded to a Disney heroine franchise to beyond just the Disney princesses. So I want to talk about how they look in Wreck-It Ralph. First off, I think they really look fantastic. I think Cinderella is probably the worst one to, in all honesty, and Cinderella and Belle, who are two of my favorites, but I think the rest all look absolutely stunning. Moana, Elsa, Rapunzel, Anna, they don't need to be translated over. And Merida's in there too. They all look beautiful because they come from CGI and then they're just reimagining them. But I think that, Aurora really translated to CGI really well. I think Jasmine translated to CGI really well. Pocahontas looks fantastic in CGI. So I love the fact that so many of them have been able to properly transition. I really hope that Cinderella and Belle get fixed. Tiana looks beautiful in CGI. Ariel's kind of bland, but I do think that they at least got the contrast between her red hair and her pink dress to really pop. So I do like that. So I like what I'm seeing with the characters. I'm really excited that we're getting these characters together. And now the last point I want to make about this video is I did this first. I crossed these characters over so many times. There are so many videos on YouTube where I have put these characters together. I have made Cinderella and Aurora friends. You can see that right there. I've made Belle and Rapunzel friends. I've made Cinderella and Jasmine friends. I've made Aurora and Rapunzel friends. I've done many others, as you saw in the photo. I made Belle and Ariel friends, but Ariel got very little screen time in the trailer, and I do wonder who's going to really lead the princesses here. I'm guessing it's going to be Elsa and Rapunzel in the film, but because it's more so cameos, I bet they're just going to get 1, 2, 3 lines and then be done. I really hope that Jodie Benson, does reprise her role. I heard that all the princesses are going to be in this film in Wreck-It Ralph 2, but her not speaking did kind of bum me out. But I did this first, and it's a gold mine. It is an absolute gold mine. People watch these characters together. I've made videos. I've watched videos of these characters together. They're fantastic, and they blend, and they work, and you're just they have to be together. And so what I'm hoping, the Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer, just my overall thoughts on that is, what stuck out from Wreck-It Ralph 2 is the Disney princesses, not really Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2 seems to be a promotion for other films, for Marvel, for Star Wars, for Disney princesses. And now I wonder if the Disney princesses might get their own Avengers-style film. And to be fair, you could bring Maleficent, Jafar, you probably finagle it if you want to do a heroine film and call it Heroines Unite, where you can even have Hades get out of the River of Lost Souls and resurrect Maleficent, Jafar, Ursula, and then have the main powerful magical villains come back and have these princesses need to Queen Grimhild or Queen Regina, who, the evil queen from Once Upon a Time, from Snow White. Have them all come back and have these characters need to essentially unite like the Sailor Moon characters and fight off evil. It would be fantastic. It could be multiple parts. I think that'd be even better. You could do you have the Golden Age, the Renaissance, and you have the Revival. So you could do it essentially in 3 parts where all 13 or 14 of them, however many princesses or characters you want to have. I mean, if you do heroines, you could have over 15, which is a lot. But you could have, the Golden Age princesses be the main focus of part 1. And you could have the classic princesses or the Renaissance princesses be the focus of part 2. And then you could have Elsa, Anna, Rapunzel, Merida, Moana, Tiana be the pinnacle point of part 3. But have them all throughout the films. There's so much you could do. There's so much potential. And I think the Disney Princess franchise has so much going for it. And I love it. So I'm really happy with how most of them came out from Wreck-It Ralph 2. Again, this is just my overall thoughts on the Disney Princess franchise, kind of where it's going and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about the Disney Princesses in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it. Again, it's a little bit more of a tangent rant, but there's a lot more to come from this. I will be reviewing Wreck-It Ralph 2. My next movie review is definitely going to be Jurassic World 2 Fallen Kingdom. I love Jurassic Park. I reviewed the first one. First Jurassic World. I love Jurassic Park franchise, but that's my next review definitely coming up. So anyway, I was also thinking maybe with Once Upon a Time to do a stream every week to discuss a new episode. If you guys like that idea, I'll put a poll on Twitter and we'll think of some episodes to watch from season 1. So anyway, share your thoughts in the comments below of what you think about the Disney Princesses from Wreck-It Ralph, the Disney Princess franchise overall, and thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon. All right, guys, bye.